next topic within the legal general settings, which is called as a legal regulation. Just started sharing. Let me know once you're able to see. So everybody able to see this Excel sheet? I'm sharing Excel sheet.
Yeah.
So here the next topic is a legal regulation. So what does this legal regulation means? So before we go to the legal regulation, just I will give you some brief introduction about export and import happening in outside the world. For example, if you take any country, okay, so if you are exporting a material from US, okay, you are exporting a material from US to Mexico. So what will happen? US has to follow some rules and regulations before they export any material to the Mexico. So what rules they have to follow, which country rules they have to follow. In the same way, US is getting a material outside Canada. So like for example, they are importing a material. So it is import. So here, when they are exporting a material, so at the time when they are declaring to the customs, they should abide the rules and regulations to export. That is, export policy has to be followed by the US when they are exporting to any other country. So what countries export policies they should oblige, or what countries export policies they should follow. So that is nothing but your exporting country. If you are exporting a material from US to Mexico, so US has to follow the rules and regulations of your Mexico country. In the same way, when they are getting any import, when they are importing any material from Canada, so the same way they have to follow what is the rules and regulations to import a material into their own country has to be followed by the company. So that is, we have a rules and regulations will be framed for export and import policies. So you know, in India also we have exit policies, export and import policies. The same way, each and every country will be having their own legal rules. They have framed their own legal rules and regulations. So for example, you are exporting from India, you are exporting a material to Pakistan. So at the time, but legally this is not a valid export, right? So we should not export any material to Pakistan. So this is banned one. So this Pakistan is a banned country. In the same way, when US wants to export any material to North Korea, so they cannot export this also, because this North Korea is also banned for international trade. And you are exporting, so US is exporting a material to a person, a ship to party in, for example, Germany. Okay, so but that person, the business partner, is legally declared as insolvent or bankrupt. Okay, legally declared as an insolvent or bankrupted. So then you should not export a material to that person, that business partner. Same way, from Germany to North Korea or Germany to Syria. Okay, so this is legally banned. So this can exporting a material to this particular Syria is legally banned by UNO, United Nations organizations, and there are some labor laws. And if you are exporting any chemical military materials, okay, ammunitions, okay, biowar materials, and hazardous materials. So the time when you are dealing with this kind of materials, what will happen? So you should first of all get the approval to export this kind of materials to the country. Like for example, if you want to sell military materials from US to Mexico, so you should be able to first of all get the license to export the material. So without a license, you cannot export this kind of materials to that country. So these are all called as a licensed materials. Alright. For whatever the material you want to export, first of all you should get an approval. So that means whether a license is required or not. Okay, if a license is mandatory, then you should acquire a license before exporting. So what are these? So here we have a ban on country, right? Pakistan, like India cannot export to Pakistan, US cannot export to North Korea, Iran, Iraq, so Syria. So there are some countries which UNO has legally put a ban, so you should not do any transaction to that countries. And there are some countries, some business partners with whom we are not supposed to do a business. Okay, so since he is a legally insolvent or declared as a bankrupted, or he's participated in some antisocial elements or antisocial activities, or he is also belongs to some international terrorist agencies. So what are these basically? So these are nothing but rules which are framed by each and every country's government. Okay, altogether, so as I said, there are country level checks, okay, and customer level checks. Customer in sense, it can be customer or vendor, or it can be in carrier check, anything. So in GTS technology we used to call it as a business partner check, and material level checks. So we should deal with these kinds of checks when we are dealing with a export. Basically these are the primary checks. After this only we will go with the customs declarations. First of all we will be screening whether this kind of a checks are available or not. If so, what is the system, how the system has to react. So these are nothing but your complaint checks. Okay, so these are part of your complaint checks what we are doing. So how system knows whether we have to look for country level checks or business partner level checks or material level checks? These are all as a part of your compliance checks we are doing. And again, as a part of your customs, we will be having some other checks. So like export checks. Okay, if it is the import, we have to go with the import checks. There are some transit checks when the transaction is happening between the European Union or between the NAFTA countries. And there are special customs processes. So how system knows that whether we have to go with export policies or export checks or country level checks or BP checks, material checks? So it's not relevant for all the countries. Like for example, if US is selling a material to Pakistan, so there is no ban, they can easily sell. But US is selling to North Korea, so there is a ban, so they should not sell. So how system can identify whether they can send a material to Pakistan or they should not send a material to North Korea? So that is controlled in the GTS via the legal regulation. So legal regulation is the main, I can say, is the heart of your GTS module. So without legal regulation we cannot proceed, or we cannot do a single transaction in a GTS. So for whatever the checks or whatever the screening we have to do, it has to be done only through the legal regulation. Okay, so this is the significance of the legal regulation is such a way it is similar to your pricing in your SG or MM module. Okay, so what are the checks? Like for example, country level checks. If US is selling a material to North Korea, so at the legal regulation we are mentioning, or we will be adding a code like when US is selling a material to North Korea. So since North Korea and US both are in a non-trading zones, so non-trading countries, so it automatically sales order will go for a block. So that kind of a block will happen in the legal regulation. So based on the legal regulation we will be doing. So in normal terminology, when you are exporting any material from US, automatically the checks has to be performed from the exporting country to the importing country based on the legal regulation. So from now onwards we are going to discuss on what is a legal regulation, what kind of a checks it will perform, and how to activate that legal regulation. All these things we will see here in the configuration. So are you clear on the basic introduction? So legal regulation, this is first of all we have to define the legal regulation. So as I said, there are 9 modules or 9 topics or 9 application areas that what we are going to see. These 9 application areas are again subdivided, total subdivided. So how the legal regulation will be controlled, that is we are going to see. For example, as I said, I'll go to the second topic, business partner checks. I said it's a business partner check, right? So this business partner check in the normal terminology of SAP it is called as a SPL, sanction party list check, and I said country level check. So that in SAP terminology it is called as the embargo. Okay, and we also have a material check. It's a license. Okay, this is license check. And we have an export policy, export checks. So it's nothing but your customs check. So also we discussed something called the transit. So that is for transit and presentation. In the same way, at the risk management, we will be having the provincial checks. Okay, LOC. Next is your restitution. So we have also prohibition. So these are the different checks we have to perform at each and every level. So when we want to deal with a business partner, we have to do with SPL check. When we want to do a country level, we have to do with embargo check. So how system, everything is, all these things are controlled by the legal regulation only. But how system will identify that this legal regulation is controlling SPL check, embargo check, license check? So that means when we are dealing or when we are defining the legal regulation, we have to assign. So what kind of a check it has to perform, whether it has to perform sanction party, embargo, license, or it has to perform customs or transit. So that is controlled here in this definition. I'll just define new one. I'll just say jet underscore leak. Okay. New legal regulation. So this code will control whether it's what kind of a check it has to perform. So foreign trade laws. So it if you enter the 00, so as per our discussion, these all checks, compliance checks, SPL, embargo, and license, all together, all this put together called as a compliance checks. All the compliance checks will be performed when we are dealing with, when we have the legal regulation with the 00 code. So when we enter a 00, that means system will enter, system will define, or system will try to screen SPL, embargo, or license together. Okay. And import check is whether this is import or export. If you want to use this legal regulation for both import, export, or both. If you want to specifically use this for import, so that means it's it has to look only for import policies, import legal regulations. If you want to do it for export, you have to look for export. If you want to use the same legal regulation for either import and export, then you have to follow this. Okay, so country of original country of the legal regulation is, this is the country from which your transaction is originating. Okay, so are you clear on this? The main topic, the main screen here, legal regulation definition. So here the type of legal code, if you are using customs, then you have to put 01, preferential 06, transit 07, restitution 08, and letter of credit 09, interest status 10. Like this, we will be having a different legal codes. So based on the type of check you want to perform, you have to assign this legal code. So once the legal code is assigned, so our next one is a deadline types. So here, normally when you do a customer master or vendor master in either or SD, so we don't see any kind of a validity, right? So we don't see any kind of validity at the customer master or vendor master. But here, at the time when we create a business partner, so maybe I will say today the business partner or today the customer with whom you are dealing a business transaction is not declared as insolvent by the country. Maybe after 10 days he was declared as a insolvent. So that means we are not sure. So to make sure that this kind of a check is introduced at after 10 days, after 1 week or after 15 days. So how the system will identifies based on the legal regulation, we says we know that it will be controlled. So but we want to check the business partner only for certain time period, or we want to have the embargo check. One best example will be US to Cuba. There is an embargo check. It was imposed by the US that they should not sell any material or they should not import any material from from Cuba to US. So this embargo is applicable only till 2015 December. So now there is a transaction smoothly going between the US and US and the Cuba. So that means if you want to use the same legal regulation between the US and Cuba, so the embargo was there previously, but it is not there now. So if you just activate the dates, so that is validity dates, the embargo will not happen after 2015. So if there any transaction is there after 2015, so they will be smoothly run without any block. In the same way, the business partner also, he was declared as insolvent, but after some time again he was declared as a good customer, so good business partner. Or some cases, if there is any uh, IATA rules will be there which are imposed on some section carriers. So that means because of some trading class they are not performing well or they are not doing correct as per the rules, so they will be put on ban for some time, some duration. So within these 3 months they should not do any trading or they should not do any transportation. So within that period we will impose a ban. So that period is controlled at a legal regulation level using this valid from and valid to dates. So we have to enter this valid from and valid to. Okay, so this is mandatory. Without this, the legal regulation you will not find the validity dates. Without validity dates, it is very difficult. So this is as I said, the transaction may be correct today, but tomorrow it is a wrong transaction. So with this valid from and valid to dates, so we should enable that legal regulation. So here assign country groups. So what is the purpose of this country groups is basically when you want to create a legal regulation, if you are doing it from US to Canada, you have to create one specific legal regulation because Canada, the rules and regulations of Canada will be different. When you are exporting the same transaction from US to India, so you have to follow a different legal regulation. So that means a legal regulation should be specific to country, to the exporting country. Why? Because the rules and regulations for each and every country will vary. So the rules, as I said, India can not do any transaction with Pakistan, but US can do any transaction with Pakistan. The same way, US should not do any transaction with North Korea. But South Korea can do a transaction with North Korea, or Germany can do a transaction with North Korea. So it depends on the exporting country, the rules and regulations to which you are exporting. Based on that country, the legal regulation should follow. So that is what you have to create this specifically for exporting country. So US to Canada you should have one, India to Canada you should have a different legal regulation. You should not use one legal regulation for entire GTS, okay? And you should not use one legal regulation. You cannot use also. It controlled by the legal code. So but why we are creating a group? So why we are creating a group here is internationally there are 4 or 5 regions. Economically it was divided. Even though we have some 186 countries or something, so like for example you have a EU zone, right? You know, European Union. The same way we have a NAFTA, okay, and we have a IFTA. we have a Asian. Okay, we have a G8 economic forums. So these are the different communities or unions where the rules and regulations are common within the among these countries. If you take if NAFTA countries, in the NAFTA we have US, Mexico and Canada. So when any transaction is happening between these three countries, so the rules and regulations which are framed among these three countries are same. So that means you can use same single legal regulation from US to Mexico or Mexico to Canada or Canada to US invariably. So that means there is no restrictions or there is no change in the rules and regulations or economic impact within these countries, within these three. The same way, if you take IFTA, there are 23 countries are there which are falling under the IFTA zone. So when you are exporting any material between the countries, it is not required to follow all, I can say it is not required to change any rules and regulations. All the 23 countries will be having the same rules and regulations. For example, you are selling a material from France to Germany. So the same rules and regulations will be there when you, even if you sell a material from Germany to Hungary or Germany to Poland or Netherlands to Belgium. So there are 23 countries, and Asian there are some 8 countries or something. In this G8 also we have 8 countries. So when you are dealing with these countries or when you are doing a transaction between these countries, so one legal regulation will be sufficient. But what are these? NAFTA is nothing but it's a group, right? It contains 3 countries. So that is what we are creating the group here. We will just create a NAFTA group, or we will create a IFTA group, or we will create Asian group, G8 group, something. So that group will be assigned here. For example, if I take NAFTA, okay, I can create this. I will show you where I can create this. Yeah, I will just take a NAFTA group. Okay, here I have to just mention whether it's a export or import. If you want only specifically for import, you can just mention 1, or if you want for both, you can mention 2. So now we have created CPL1. So that's where we can create a country group. So in the main screen, we can create a country groups. So what are the countries? So just I will take CPL1, or even you can create one country. It's a ZNAFTA. Okay, I created one group as a NAFTA. And what are the countries which belongs to NAFTA? I will assign here. So I'll just take US, and the group is YAFTA, and here the valid from and valid to dates should be entered. Okay, it's a default group, country group. Mention 01/01/2016. So we are trying to create a one ASEAN countries to YNAFTA, and this is valid and valid from and valid to dates. Now just copy this and I will assign the Canada, Mexico. So now in the legal regulation we are going to assign this state by NAFTA as our country group. So that means whenever the transaction is happening with our legal regulation, the system will try to find out for which countries this legal regulation is useful. I'll just delete this and I will assign my our country group. Okay, so now you understood what is the purpose of this legal regulation. So basically the legal regulation will control what kind of rules and regulations we have to follow at the time of export and import. Okay, so there are certain checks like complaints management checks, custom management checks and risk management checks. System will try to follow all the rules and regulations during the checks, and the countries which can use this legal regulation are assigned here. So this is basically a legal regulation, how the legal regulation is controlled. If you want to use the same legal regulation, or if you want to use a same legal regulation for different countries. So for example, as I said, it's other than your Mexico, Canada and US, which are part of your NAFTA. If you want to use this, then you have to assign another country group. Same legal regulation if you want to use for IFTA. So you have to assign the IFTA. Okay, you can assign. So but it should, what SAP has recommended is if the rules and regulations are different, then you have to separately create one more legal regulation. If all the rules and regulations between the exporting countries are same, so then you can have only one legal regulation. If it is not the case, then you have to create a separate legal regulation. So that is what the recommendation was, or suggestion by the SAP. So normally in the real time also we are creating one legal regulation specific to country. So next one is activate the legal regulation. So what is this activate the legal regulation? Now we have taken this jet legal. Jet underscore legal, right? So here we have to enter the country. So from which country it is being exported. Here you can say it's a country of your plant. The first country is country of your plant. Okay, here I will just say it is from US. And next country is country of your, just choose country of your business partner. It will say it's a Canada. Now what we have done, so when any sales order is being created from US plant and it is going to the customer in Canada, automatically the system will try to determine this legal regulation. So automatically, what I'm trying to say is automatically the system will try to determine. So you have to just understand the word or catch the word of determination. Automatically the system will try to determine that legal regulation when the transaction is from a country of origin as US and the customer being in Canada. But just we identified or we assigned only a country of departure and country of destination. But how the determination will happen? So the determination will happen from the previous step. So that is what I have to tell you. So define the determination procedure for active legal regulation. So here, as I said, the determination in the next the previous step what we have discussed is based on the export departure country and destination country, the legal regulation will be determined automatically by the system. So the determination will control this. So we have to just define one legal regulation determination procedure. So here you see determination using the first successful strategy and determination using the using all strategies. So what are these strategies? If you just come here we are assigning the strategies. Put one. So these are the strategies, available strategies. So determine legal regulation at a country level or determine legal regulation as a country or country level. or country group level. So you're just saying if it is a country level. So using one exporting country, that's plant country and customer country, the system will find that legal regulation. If you say country or country level, okay, here it is only one country. Just if you enter the plant of US, okay, any transaction, any sales order which is created from US to any other country, any customer will determine the legal regulation which is available from US. If you say country to country level, so it has to specifically look for US to Canada. If you say country and country group, so that means it will look for US to NAFTA. If you say country group level, so NAFTA it will look. If NAFTA is there in any of the legal regulation, then it automatically fetches that legal regulation. Okay, so this is the strategy that what we have to enter. Okay, is it clear how the determination is happening? If you say it's a country to country level, any question? Hello, any question you have? Okay.
Yeah, this determination bit confused till that point. Okay.
No, determination is nothing but see in the real time what will happen is we will be having not a single legal regulation, right? We are dealing with a number of. So let's say legal regulation one like this, we have 1,000 legal regulations.
Okay. Okay.
Basically for country to country. So now which legal regulations should system determine within this 1,000? So that is what our settings are doing, whatever are doing. So we will be minimizing the determination, the number of legal regulations. If you say country to country level, specifically within this 1,000, so we have let's say 10 legal regulations which are from US to Canada.
Okay.
Okay. Then system will automatically determine what are the 10 legal regulations specifically for US to Canada. All the 10 will be filtered. So it will ignore the remaining 990. So when you go do a transaction, so obviously our purpose is just to get the legal regulation which is meant for that particular transaction or that particular application which we are running. So but in the GTS we have 1,000 legal regulations which are created with for specific purposes. So but it's not relevant for us to determine all the legal regulations, right? So some legal regulations are not useful for use. So but some legal regulations are not specifically meant for use. So our purpose is to determine what is the legal regulation which we have to use for US to Canada specifically. So then system will try to determine 10. Among 10, at
So
each
actually, one US to Canada, ideally one legal regulation is needed, no? Why 10? One country to another country, one is enough, no?
but these checks are there, right? So they are different checks.
Okay. I got it. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Within the check, so one legal regulation will be there for SPA. Then system will determine.
Okay. Yeah. Now got it. Yeah.
That is the purpose of this. So then system will determine the legal regulation based on the determination procedure. So here we are assigning the our legal regulation to country groups. Okay. So this is our legal regulation, whether we are assigning for country to country or country to country group. You can see here. This is from one country to one country. Okay, it's country to country. If you don't want this, then you can also do it for country to country group. What is a country group? Partner country. So partner can belong to any of this NAFTA group. So what are there in the NAFTA group? So we have US, Mexico and Canada. So since it's international transaction, the partner if is from Canada or Mexico, then same legal regulation can be used. How the system will determine? So the system will determine based on the determination procedure what you assigned. So one legal.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, okay, it happens between two countries, no? So the first option only with one country. How does it work actually?
You meant to say in the determination procedure?
No. See, yeah, there are country to country and country to country group and all is there, no?
Yeah, here.
So the first one is only for like by country, right? So
Yeah, so in this
ideally there
case,
should be two countries, right? No, is it?
just sure. If it is, for example, if it is from India, or I will say Germany, DE. So there is nothing was assigned here for the country to country. So that means whatever the sales order transaction where the departure country is Germany, if the customer belongs to any part of 186 country, then this legal regulation will trigger. If it finds the customer your plant as a DE, automatically this legal regulation will come into picture. But this is a generic.
Okay, this can either be country of departure or destination, anything, is it?
Now this is a departure. First is a destination. This one is a destination, and next one will be departure. This country group will be
Oh,
departure.
okay. Okay.
Whatever it is highlighted here and the below, it will be departures, and the
Okay.
below one are destinations.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so once you activate this, so this is the main setting that what we have to do at a general data or general settings. So then we have to go for application levels where compliance management, as I said, it will be legal regulation will be there for embargo. Here in the activate legal regulation, if you take jet legal, jet underscore legal, our legal regulation, you have to just say whether it's exporting country or importing country. This check specifically we have to assign for each and every application. So if you see here, there is no new entries. It's always a display or change. So this, if you want to assign any country here, it is not possible at application area level. So again, you have to assign this at legal general setting level, and you have to come here. See here, last time we have assigned Germany, but here it is not visible, right? So because we have not saved there. So if you want to assign anything, you cannot assign here. It is always in a display mode, or it is always in change mode, but there are no new entries here. So whatever the countries you want to assign, specifically they should be assigned here in the general settings. Then you have to come and assign here. Okay, you have to assign, activate here first. Here only you have to do. Are you clear on this? So now somebody is asking that Rajat, I think. Rajat is asking, we have a 10 legal regulations. So how the system will identify or specific legal regulation? So for this purpose only, we have a country application checks. So here we will be assigning the application. So now if you are doing for embargo, then system will try to find out one legal regulation based on the legal code. You got this point now? Are you clear?
Come again, Sundar?
See, in the general settings, we have determined based on information project there are 10 from the general settings.
Okay.
But once assign this specifically for application area level, so in this, I will try to find out our legal regulation based on the legal code. So if you want to do embargo, so there will be only one which is embargo. So then system will determine only one.
Okay.
So in the practice, I think during the practice you may find n number of legal regulations, but don't worry. Just you choose your own legal regulation and proceed with the testing and all. But in the real, you will be finding only one. So for example, I will just go to I'll just open one of the customs document. Okay, I'll just take this customs document. Okay, you can see this is your organization data. What is your foreign trade company and all? It's an item material. So you can see here SPL, embargo, control, restitution, letter of credit, hazardous material. So these are the checks. Okay, so system will try to find out what kind of a checks it has to perform or what can be ignored. So it is ignored the like embargo and restitution and hazardous. Maybe the settings are not there or it has not checked. So that we will see how the settings will happen. We have just only seen we have seen only the general settings, but application area settings will be there anyhow.
Santosh, that red means checked, correct? That
Blocked one.
blocked one, okay.
Okay, so this materials, so this kind of checks will be there. You can see your letter of credit. Okay, these are the different checks that what system has performed. I will show you here in item volume. So these are the performed. So it is blocked, it's checked and blocked. It is released, it is blocked again. Letter of credit is also blocked.
Okay.
So these checks are coming based on the legal regulation.
Okay.
Okay. So anyhow, we will be discussing all these things at the time when we actually come into the application area.
Okay.
So value status also you can see. So here you can see general status. It's a processed and technically complete. So what is this general status? So normally we will be having the incompletions. So in your SG or MM also we have incompletion checks are there, right? So what are those incompletion checks is the document, the whatever the document or the customs document is relevant for check. So this document is relevant for check or not. It will be completed or it will be done at the incompletion checks. So this incompletion checks will control whether this document can be declared to customs or not. So to declare the incompleted document to the customs, so we will be having some authorizations. Not all the countries will be provided with this authorization. For example, you are some eligible customer or your authorized customer or authorized consignor. So then you can declare the customs to the customs even though the document is not complete. So just if you have the this checks performed and there are some mandatory fields are missing, the system will not object you to declare if you have the authorized authorization. So that process we will again discuss in the customs, but just I will show you, I will tell you the incompleteness. So the document should be complete before we go with a customs declaration. If it's incomplete, then also we can declare to the customs, but that authorization, the country or company who is that having the authorized consignor, so those only has to declare. So not all the countries will be having that. It will be some just privileged customers or privileged companies will be provided only for authorization. So that separate topic is there that I will show you that. So we will be calling them as a simplified process or normal process. In the normal process, the document should be complete. In the simplified process, even the document is incomplete also, we can declare. So anyhow, just don't get confused at this moment with the terminology. At the time when we are actually discussing the customs, I will tell you all this. But here in this customs document, the system will identify the document type. It is based on your sales order type, okay? And the minimum data that what you have to understand by now is your foreign trade. Foreign trade is nothing but your company code, right? And your legal unit will be nothing but your plant at atom level. Your legal unit is nothing but your plant and your material, which is already transferred from your R3 to GTS. And remaining all your quantity, Incoterms, if you want anything, you can transfer. And the checks. So these checks will be there. So but basically we have not seen what are these checks, but how the system has identified these checks to be performed is based on the legal regulation. Are you clear on this legal regulation topic? Because it's a vast one. So going further, for whatever the application you are going to look, the system will only depend only on the legal regulation. So legal regulation is a good core topic. So you have to just successfully read this.
Okay.
Okay. So once we are done with the legal regulation, so in the general settings, so almost we are done. So we don't have any other topic specifically to cover. So remaining all topics, whatever missing, so anyhow we are having X control custom process. This is what we are going to cover at the remaining stages. So then tomorrow I'll just go with complaints management. I will just talk about the embargo check. Okay.
Okay.
So Krishna, can you just go through this? RFC connection is not working in the system, so we are not able to transfer the document. Is he there? Krishna is there? Hi Krishna.
Krishna mute.
Okay, maybe I will just talk with him offline.
Okay. Thanks, Sandesh.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.